Hi guys. We're working on day 2, going on day 3, and I just wanted to do a quick video to remind some friends about arrow-way subtraction because I know it's a little bit tricky for 2 reasons. One, because you have to think about it in terms of part, whole, and second, because there are actually 2 ways you can do arrow-way. So I'm going to show you both ways in 2 different types of problems, okay? The first problem we're going to work on is this one, 685 take away 522, okay? And when you do arrow-way, I want you to think about part, whole, okay? So if I was gonna draw this in a number bond, I wanna make sure I know what goes where. So when I subtract, my bigger number is always my whole, okay? Okay, W stands for whole, and on a number bond, my whole goes on top. So I'm thinking, all right, 685 take away a part is gonna get me another part, okay? So now I know that what I'm missing is a part, okay? Think about that first. That's really what I want you to think about. And now going into arrow-way, the first step I want you to think about is 1, I want you to start with the whole, okay? This is just regular arrow-way we're gonna start with. Don't worry about this one yet. All right, so step 1, I really want you to start with the whole, okay? And here we know, since we thought about it and did it with our number bond, we know our whole is 685, okay? So I know this is step 1, I'm starting here, okay? That's my whole. Step 2, when we do arrow-way, just the regular arrow-way, I want you now to think, let me expand my second number, because when I do arrow-way, I want to think about my second number in terms of hundreds, tens, and ones, okay? So I want you to think about expanding this number, and when I say expand, I mean break it up into hundreds, tens, and ones, okay? So expand your second number. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I mean. My second number here, or my part, is 522. Okay, and when I break up 522 and I expand it, I'm thinking, all right, here's my hundreds, here's my tens, and here's my ones. Okay, just like expanded form, 500 plus 20 plus 2. Right, so that's step 2. We're expanding. All right, now step 3. This is where the arrow part actually begins. Okay, I want you first to take away your hundreds. Okay. And now that we've expanded it, this part should be really easy, okay? So we have 522, right? We're starting with our whole. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Our whole is not 522, it's 685. There you go, sorry about that. So we're starting with our whole, and now we're taking away the hundreds of our part, okay? Because we're taking away 522, but we're gonna start in the hundreds. So let's take away 500. And most of this I should be able to do mentally, okay? Because all I'm doing is taking away my hundreds, okay? So I know 6, take away 5, that's 1, and the rest stays the same. So now I'm, okay? So I took away my hundreds, that's 500, okay? Now I'm gonna go step 4. If you think step 1 was take away your hundreds, what do you think is gonna be next? We're gonna take away our tens. Okay? And when I say that, I mean, now I'm going to go into my tens, and I'm going to start at the number that I left off with, which was 185. And now I'm going to take away the tens, so I'm taking away 20. Okay, those are my tens. And now that should be easy because I'm just looking at the center number of my tens. So now I have 165. And then what do you think the next step is going to be? You're going to take away your ones. Okay, so now I'm at 165. And how many ones are there to take away? Just 2. Okay. So now, after I did my ones, boom, the last number I have is my answer, okay? So all together, these are the steps I follow, okay? I'm gonna start with my whole. Here we go, we had 685. All right, I expand my second number. I do that here. All right, 500, 20, and 2. Now I'm going to do step 3. Take away my hundreds. Take away 500. That's 185. Now I'm going to do step 4. Take away my tens. That's take away 20. And now step 5. Take away my ones. And boom, there's my answer. Okay, we're good. Right, so that's your standard arrow way when you're missing a part. Now I want to try counting on. Okay, this is a little bit different. It's helpful when you're missing a part to count on. Okay, I'm still looking at my picture. But for this way, if you like the counting on method, you're going to actually start at the part, okay, the part that you have. Okay, and now I'm going to start at the part. So that means that the part in this problem happens to be 522. Remember, here are my parts. I'm missing one. I'm not going to start with one that I don't have. So I'm going to start at 522 for this method. Okay, if you like this method, use that one. Now, step 2 on the counting on arrow way is I'm just going to add on until I get to my whole. Okay, I'm going to try. My goal is to get to 685. So to do that, oops, I'm going to start by adding hundreds. Okay, so just like here we took away hundreds, here you're going to add hundreds. All right, and to do that, I'm going to add hundreds without going over. Okay, so I'm going to start with just 100, and that I know is 622. All right, now I'm seeing 622. My goal is 685. All right, now I'm not going to add another 100 because then I'm going to end up with 722, and that's bigger. Okay, so we're done with adding our hundreds. After, we're going to add tens. And I'm going to keep from where I left off. And remember, my goal is 685. I'm going to keep adding tens until I get there. So I'm going to add 10, 632, 10 more, 642, 10 more, 652, 10 more, 662, 10 more, 672, 10 more, 682. Okay, and I know I have to stop there because now if I add 10 more, I'm gonna get 692, and that's above goal. Okay, my goal is 685. So instead, I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna go to ones now, because now I added my tens. Okay, now I'm gonna add ones. So now I'm at 682, and I'm gonna add ones until I get to 685, okay? I can either do this 2 ways. I can just add 1, 1, 1, or I can just add 3. All right, I'm just gonna add 3 because I just know that 682 plus 3 is 685, okay? And I could have done that here too. If I can do in my head, all right, instead of adding 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, I could just add 60, okay? If you're able to do that, do that. If not, just add by tens until you get close enough to that number. Right, and now I'm at my goal. I made it, yay, I stop. But that's not my answer. The way I solve arrow way counting on is now I have to add up all my arrows. Okay, so everything I just highlighted here, those are my arrows, that's what I added, okay? Not this, don't add that. But I'm gonna get my answer by adding up all my arrows. So let's see what I get. I have 100 plus 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I can show that 2 ways. I'm gonna show it here with all my tens. But normally I could just count like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. But I'll write out my tens here. and then my ones, okay? And that I can even shorten, and that gets me 163 also, okay? So same answer, just a different way to do it, okay? So remember, this is the arrow regular way where you're just gonna take away until you get your answer, okay? Just subtract normal, but break it up into hundreds, tens, and ones. Right here, you are starting at the part, the lower number, and you're adding on until you get to your goal, your whole number. And then you're adding up all your arrow tops to find that missing number, okay? So if I were to show this again, I might go, okay, I'm starting at my part, here's 522. All right, I'm gonna add my hundreds first. I'm adding 100, I got 622. All right, now I'm adding tens. I'm adding 60, that's 682. All right, now I'm adding ones, add 3, and get 685. All right, I reached my goal, yay. But I'm not done yet, okay? I have to add my arrow tops, 100 plus 60 plus 3, okay? And that is gonna get me 163, okay? So that's that. Now, the second problem I wanna work with you on is the same, but this time we're missing the whole number, okay? So if I'm doing arrow way subtraction the same way, it's gonna be a little bit different, right? So here I have, like let's say I have a problem that says something, take away 725 equals 134, okay? Now this problem is different because if I think about it in terms of my number bond, then now it's looking a little bit different. See if you can figure out why, okay? Now when I subtract, the first number is always the biggest, okay? That makes it my whole. So in this problem, I'm actually missing the whole number, okay? I have the two parts. I have 725 and I have 134, all right? And we know when we're missing a whole, we're trying to find the bigger number, and we need to find a bigger number. We're not taking away anymore. Even though it does say take away, we're trying to find a whole. So you need to combine those two parts, okay, to find that whole. Now to do that arrow way, you're gonna have to add, okay? So here, you can add these two numbers. All right, you can do it two ways. You could do 134 plus 725, or you can do 725 plus 134, which might actually be a little bit quicker just because it's a smaller number. But we're gonna do it the same way as this previous strategy here, where we're just doing it the regular way, okay? Because we're gonna break up. So let's actually follow these steps. Instead of, though we're not starting with the whole, we are gonna expand our second number still. So if I'm going by this problem, because order doesn't matter when we add, I am gonna expand my second number, all right? And then I'm just gonna do exactly what my steps tell me. Okay, I'm gonna first, instead of take away my hundreds, I'm actually gonna add them. Okay, okay, so I added my hundreds. Instead of taking away my tens, I'm actually gonna add them. Okay. And 825 plus 30, only thing that changes is the tens, so it's actually 855, okay? And instead of taking away my ones, I'm actually going to add them now, okay? And that's only the ones are changing, so I get 859, and that should be my answer. Now to check that, because I always check, I'm a good mathematician, I'm gonna just check it subtraction. I could also check it addition just in case, but let's see. You can use any strategy. Let's do a check. 859 take away 725. Let's see what we get. 9 take away 5 is 4. 5 take away 2 is 3. And 8 take away 7 is 1. So I got the same thing. So now I know my answer is 859. And that's what we do when we need to find a whole. So don't let this trick you because it's subtraction. You are going to have to add. I hope that helped.